but we want to convert this int into double, so it is done automatically by the system. But for narrowing casting we have to do it manually. For performing the different operations, like here we use to we use addition operator to calculate the sum of these two values. These operators are divided into different types, but commonly we use arithmetic, assignment, and logical operators, as well as comparison operators. These can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus for percentage, increment operator, decrement operator. These are the common operators used. Further, it can be assignment operators. Equal to operator is used to assign a value. It can be plus equal to 5, like given here. There are many different operators used, like for comparison operators we use x equal to y, x not equal to y, x less than y, x greater than equal to y, x less than equal to y. These are all the examples of comparison operators. For logical operators we use and operator, or operator, or not operator as well. Java strings before, here as well we will discuss it. String are the characters that are assigned by using the double quotation. To check the length of our string, because string can be unlimited of many more words, we use system.out.println plus value length of the text plus text dot length to know the value of which our string is. It can be more than, we can increase or it, or we can less it, like here it is 39 now. Our string's length is 39. Characters in uppercase or lowercase, we use text or to uppercase or to lowercase to find out that the value assigned is in our uppercase or in lowercase. Finding a character in a string, we use index of keyword to find our character in our string. For concatenation, what is concatenation? Concatenation is the to combine two words or two values, two characters. We use plus sign with it. Adding numbers and string, we can add numbers and our string. By here example we have x is equals to 10 and y is equals to 20. We assign int z is equals to x plus y. It will give us sum of 10 and 20. It will be 30. Special characters used in Java as well as C++ also. It can be like escape characters, single quote, double quote, backslash, and there are different. We use backslash n for new line, backslash t for tab, backslash b for backspace. We use it in within double quotation to execute our given command. Can be used for different comparisons of mathematical values. For maximum value we write math.max here, and we will find maximum value from 5 and 10. For minimum value we write math.min. Min is the short form of minimum. Here we will find 5 and 10, which is the less smaller value. For finding the square root of a value we will write math.sqrt, and we will get of which value 64 is the square of. To find the absolute value, positive value, we will write math.abs. It will give us the absolute positive value of given value. For random calculations, we write math.random with braces. Without braces, it will cause an error in the execution of our program. As we have discussed before, we can give it two options: yes, no, true, false, on, off, this, that. It gives us the expression. It returns us the value. If we ask x is greater than y, it will give us the value yes or no. If else is a condition used in Java statements for our program execution. It can be less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. If our condition is true, our code will be executed. But if we want to give our compiler more, like if our first condition is false, we want compiler to check another condition, we will give it else. And it can be more, mm, unlimited else conditions in a program. It can be nested if conditions as well. We can use switch statement if we don't want if statement to be used in our program, but the code inside our block will only be executed. If statement, it has a complete is greater than 18, println 20 is greater than 18. If this condition is false, there will be no output, but if this condition is true, there will be output 20 is greater than 18. Statement can be executed in the place of if statement as well. In Java, in switch statements, we give many expressions at the same time. It can be unlimited cases which can be given in the expression. It is switch statement is evaluated only once, and then it checks the case. Which of the below case is true, it executes the code of that case. We use break and default keywords in switch statement. Break keyword is used to break the block in which we are working. After break statement, the case working will stop and it will not further be executed. Default keyword, it is used at the end of switch statement. After writing all the cases, we use default keyword that if any of our case is not executed true, then our default statement will be executed. Loops can be of the three different types. It can be for loop, while loop, and do while loop. If we know how many iterations our loop want, what is loop? Loop is the number of iterations we want in our program to execute our code. If we know number of executions we want in our program, it can be for loop. We use for loop. But if we want at least only once our program is executed, we use do while loop. But while loop is used if condition is true, then it is executed. Otherwise, there is no execution in while loop. In while loop, we firstly give our condition, and then our printout is given, and then increment is given. In do while loop, first do is written, which means that our program will be executed at least one time. At the end of that code, we will write condition, and if our condition is wrong, our program will not be executed more. Type of loops: for loop. We use for loop if we know number of iterations we want in our program. For syntax of for loop is as statement, then condition, and then increment is given. If statement is false, it will not further be executed. But if our statement is true, it will be executed at least the times given. Used to work in an array. For loop is also used in the array like here given. we can print out it, and we have all of our given names. Like we use for string I, semicolon, and cars. These are the names of car given: Volvo,